Yeah, J Rich.
Yeah.
YG is the movement. Know that. We raising standards, they raising skirts. Take a plan B so they don't take on birth. My plan A, serve y'all, keep salvation first. My plan B, that's to make sure plan A work. Know that. Raising standards, they raising skirts. Take a plan B so they don't take on birth. My plan A, serve y'all, keep salvation first. My plan B, that's to make sure plan A work. Yo. Either it's get rich or live trying. Maintain my ways or and live righteous. Cause this life, it'll zip by us. So I'm here in one state with only one goal, sip's finest. That's to get the Ruach insiders and keep my lamp on, lit shining similar to big diamonds. I wanna ball like the Clinton Tigers. At the same time, I know I can't OD, limb bias. So I keep things in the right position. I need y'all to be my shelter, he's my pavilion. Take the deed to my body, please sign and seal it. And here's the key, you can come move inside this building. Pause, in case you thought we on that funny stuff. Had to cut away all that extra fat like a tummy tuck. And let the inner man get strong, cutting buffs. So the plan is to still a stand, I ain't done enough. Raising standards, they raising skirts. Take a plan B so they don't take on birth. My plan A, serve y'all, keep salvation first. My plan B, that's to make sure plan A work. Know that. Raising standards, they raising skirts. Take a plan B so they don't take on birth. My plan A, serve y'all, keep salvation first. My plan B, that's to make sure plan A work. Yo, I got away from milk, meat got me extra solid. And you can take that to the bank, direct deposit. I'll put the work in, respect the process. Where can I go from this to Yahuwah? Ain't no second option. The Shalakim said that the days are old. No other Elohim that can say they sold. I'm just an artist crying out, who should pave the road? That's the lane who took half a man and he made me whole. No percentage, so I go the distance. Me without him is like this in Tim's in the cold in winter. Over in Denver in the cold December. Or trying to eat a frozen dinner with no oven to slow December. A broken fender on a Lamborghini. Or trying to watch a show on a damaged TV and look weird. Y'all secure my stance came in breezy. Plan B is to get plan A completed. Look weird. Raising standards, they raising skirts. Take a plan B so they don't take on birth. My plan A, serve y'all, keep salvation first. My plan B, that's to make sure plan A work. Know that. Raising standards, they raising skirts. Take a plan B so they don't take on birth. My plan A, serve y'all, keep salvation first. My plan B, that's to make sure plan A work. What's your plan B? Gotta make plan A work. What's your plan B? Gotta make plan A work. What's your plan B? Gotta make plan A work. What's your plan B? Gotta make plan A work. I'm gone.
Take a plan B so they don't take on birth. My plan A, serve y'all, keep salvation first. My plan B, that's to make sure plan A work. Know that.
Treading water like Noah, in pursuit of the Ruach. Don't know how y'all gon' use your be versatile as a shoebox. Don't count me out, and even if it seems I'm on the rocks. Y'all gave me will, but not the one that Jada kissing prop. Self journey, can't slide in with the group just like the locks. See Cameron draw horn in the book, y'all please don't get the blind. Repeat this process daily, I must be going crazy. May not be much to you, but superhero to my babies. Guess it's part of my purpose, ain't searching for my purpose. I'm your who is serving, name me something more worthy. Let me take it more further. Ain't serving y'all, you worthless. Did I do that? Yeah, you can call me Cam Earl. Y'all gave me tunnel vision, ooh, this tunnel vision. Cut you off so quick, don't know what happened, got you dizzy. Got my phone ringing, trying to check me how I'm living. Feet up on the couch, watching TV, way too busy. Guessing life as your hootie. Don't come against the rulers and kids together, we grew up. Act like I never knew you. It ain't hard, I can prove it. Tell me I'm always on duty. Left you in the space the same color as the movies. Check my war wounds, I'm a stripes at the way, yeah. Never been the street, nigga before this way, I'm down the ride. We're gone where we reside, take the next quote as a favor. Flash up one of these little ones, there's no way you could evade us. Turn and look at your neighbor, tell them it's time to wake up. Snap that collection plate up, no leave it, I'm just player. Our people need direction, our people need identity. Sisters try to be whole, they kill each other, no empathy. Undermine our cohesion, left synergy to enemies. Just a correlation to serving the wrong entity. Love us so we can't find it, while women cut on their bodies. Can't even adore your natural, no you were not a hide it. No you were not a hide it. Who told you this was valid? How you expect to take it serious? You're showing all your privates. Shoes say right now, dress say first night. Ain't nothing about your attire will tell a man for life. Love us so we can't find him, I mean this gangster disciples. Woman all in the street, you left the home without a pilot. Glorify life for rappers. Who told you this was valid? Tell you bust your gun, but they just finished tossing salad. Getting stuck up like a javelin, hit high notes like a ballad. You clearly see the agenda they been pushing to you. Yeah, raise my son to be your husband, my daughter to be your wife. If you telling me something different, I tell you a waste of life. I never felt that as normal, on that I wasted some money. If I could ask you one question, why you niggas sold the money? Attempting to shake the maker, change the way that he created. I see intelligence faking, how you gon' shake up the making? If you think I'm tired of serving, I don't know where you heard this. Well, basically this is something that you don't really know about me. Yahoo was a boy, why to the God? Got my head up screaming Yahoo. I'm reppin' it, yeah. 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 I'm reppin' it, hootie.
Someday I'm going to fly. I'll be a pilot too. And when I do, how would you like to be my crew?
What do y'all do? Niggas always got something to say. But you know what? Let them talk while we walk. Let them talk while we walk. Hey, some say I'm hot. Some say I'm cold. Some say I'm in the pot 5 days old. Well, I'm 5 years in. Here to overcome the sin. That's the plan that I can't die with, or I can't make it in. Want the ruah hakodash. That's the seal that's made to last. Can't be earned, pay no cash. Don't have the fire for that. Got a chance to get it right. Hallelujah, saw the light. So I walk up package tight. Left foot, then right. Cause I'm a soldier in the army of Yah. Used to serve repeating Jesus. Found that nigga is flawed. Now some say I'm hot, some say I'm cold. My hoochie say to walk the path established from your old. They say I'm dressing like I'm Kogo. Why you got on all them clothes? Every day you hide your body, gon' and flaunt, gon' be bold. But the standard set is virtuous, so I can't be no hoe. No cleavage or no camel toe by me. You freak out been exposed. They say I'm dressing like a granny, cause my skirt way past my fanny. But boo, please let me be candid. Self-respect, you do not have it. Want the ruah hakodash. That's the seal that's made to last. Can't be earned, pay no cash. Don't have it, fire for that.
People always got something to say, especially if you walk on the right. As Aki Hay would say, they don't like that.
Yeah, some say I'm crazy, but I'm happy with the benefits of knowing that Yahushua was sent. Overcoming sin, now let's get lit. Ayy, nod your head to this beat, this tempo. Separation is a must like Jim Crow. The Dabarini, my nutriment combo. Hungry like Rubman from the fifth floor. People out here talking and they making ribbo statements. Cause I don't wear pants and now they hating on my race. Men, crackers keep on shooting and they really are complacent. You better call the doctor cause we running out of patience. No nurses, but got RNs waiting on deck. Girl, what that mean? Real niggas don't mind putting foe to your chest. So confess and address this mess that you caused. The effects run deep mentally by not knowing our worth, and it hurts like salt to the wound. Thinking that our healing was on the phone with Mr. to boom, but it's time to doom. Your hoosh is coming soon. That handsome dark bright room, and I hope he like the smell of my perfume. I'm seeking the Ruach Hakodesh. That's the seal that's made it last. Can't be earned, ain't no cash, don't have it. Fire for that. Still continuing to trespass, and thou shalt draw with gas and wait for the mighty Yakar who speak like it's a brand. Yeah.
You know what LP? What up? I don't think they been listening to preachers. No, they ain't listening to what they mama shoulda did. Was lock the legs. Saved us a lot of headaches.
Why you gotta be so nasty, Simone?
I ain't nasty. That's book. And let them talk while we walk. Let them talk while we walk. And let them talk while we walk. Let them talk while we walk. And let them talk while we walk. Let them talk while we walk. Let them talk.
How many y'all glad to be here? I guess ain't nobody glad to be here. All right, then I'm glad.
I'm glad.
Who can believe?
We gon' be.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Shalom to those who are in there.
Who could believe that it be me? That the Most High would call sin. Lies to eternal peace. Who could believe that it be me? That the Most High would call sin. The way to eternal peace. Who could be?
With tassels every day, but mine was on y'all anyway. And these lasting roster days, my life can't help but giving praise. Caught me, drew me from a place of degradation and disgrace. Vessel of dishonor, he marked me so I can be remade. He wore the sea, remain as roll I eat. I see the gains, casting off the weight of anything that caused my feet to sink. Float away like Julie, my helium be as Dabarim. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Same words, my gravity. Keep me tight like alleyways. Precise the road was paid for, his grave was laid. Precious dom escaped from the veins of innocent, but far from my talk convicted and contradicted in ignorance. They ain't no eyes holding disbelief, blind with envy and deceit. Set away from me to see through a niche. Cry me cause I'm still focused. True Yehudi, now a walker. Pull all the place like Austin for the change of me. Tahallah. Yeah.
Who would believe that if you that the Most High would call? Show me how to be what it is time to be. Letting out my people with times only time to Who could be?
Yeah.
I never thought I would've made it here. From a city where a lot of folks don't make it there. Bullet spray might take your J's, the latest pair. Aim at your crown, they laying you down, baby hairs. Either they die in the prison time, get crazy years. But you who ain't left me, kept me, gave me care. Put me in Georgia, far from my home state. The ball with the bait that pulled me out the water, Lake Lanier. They make me fear you, suspicion raw. Came and got me, but he left my posse, I consider more. Life a call, gave for some, he declared this is war. Got him high, walk around blind up in the liquor store. But this is not for my locks, drunk and you forget the law. You can call us Oscar, Kanye's like in Singapore. Sun risen on his weak eyes like, nah, vision strong. Who would've ever thought me, I would get the call, yeah.
That it be me, that the Most High would call sin. The way to eternal peace. Who could believe that it be me? That the Most High would call sin.
Yahushua, turn on the floor. Telling you I ain't, that what that clapper do. LB. Sure, telling you I ain't, that what that chopper do. Allah, kill you, bang. Yahushua, tell me what's up, tell me you I ain't, that what that
Pass me that tone. Tell me you bang. Come with them. Tell me what's up. Tell me we came. We flow with all our hands. Who did you think? I'ma keep going. How could I lose? How could I fall? That's what you tell. Live by that rule. Problem get solved. How can I miss? Look at my mind. How will you pass me that clip? Popping and bang. That's what that chopper do. Have me with on. Tell me what's up, and let some out provision. Now tell me that tone. Face that you duck. Tough and I'm backing up, bet you I win. Bet you I rain. I ain't checking out nine. Look at my wheel. Look at my pain. Look like cocaine. Look at your brain. Chicken low mind. Clicking, I fix it, I look at it fine. Look at our pain. Dang, sinner gon' find. So what is us? How can I claim? Steady, I pick it, I figured I won't. Figured I claim. I ain't figure on trigger, not for to get booked. Tell me what's up. Told you we on. Tell me you booked. Pass me that 9. Empty them all. Told you we gone. Told you we off. That what that chopper do.
Listen, I'ma take note. So many scriptures and verses to quote. Don't let it be questionable if you live in it though. The real ones are no, but the quickness, no. Let this be witness. The simple gon' feel like I'm guessing, but here go the difference. If you be listening, you'll know some of these verses be premonitions. You never step back and look at the energy, taking the straight be a sinner man. You don't challenge your inner man. You look like the enemy already bigger than. You fight with the truth. I'm talking to you, sinner, but you wanna boo cool. By the world, you mesmerize. You got jealous eyes and you fantasize. It can tantalize you, make you wise. Feel your lies, but these are lies. We done tried, you know people died. So I crossed over like Ellen and I'm spread my roots on your whore side. All of the ways is suicide. About what I'm taught, so call me a ball. You feel me? I'll never go back on the other side.
Tell me what's up. Tell me you ain't. Up with the club. Have me that tone. Tell me you bang. Up with the club. Tell me what's up. Tell me we can't. Watch how we finish. We all our hands. Who did you think? I'ma keep going. How could I lose? How could I fall? That's what you said. Live by that rule. Problem get solved. That's what my deal. How can I miss? Look at my mind. How we keep real? Pass me that clip. Pop it and bang. That's what that chopper do. Tell me what's up.
Give you a little bit of motivation. Motivation for my soul. Motivation for my soul. I don't wanna die a sinner, ending up in Sheol. Motivation for my soul, pressing forward toward the mark. Here's my coupe, is my goal. I'm so glad to be in the number one more time. One more time. Should be 6 feet deep, where the sun don't shine. Your Ukanani spare my car eat just one more time. And I'm forever grateful. Could've ended up faithful. I wasn't always so deep. Sometimes my ways they were hateful. Then I turned to Elohim. His agreement was tasteful. Now my cup is running over. Plus I keep me a plate full. Son, eat the whole roll, and if sinners entice thee, please don't go. Whoa. Let destruction come upon me quick, and I be found with Qatar. She'll be my punishment. Motivation for my soul. I don't wanna die a sinner, ending up in Sheol. Motivation for my soul, pressing forward toward the mark. Here's my coupe, is my goal. Motivation for my soul. I don't wanna die a sinner, ending up in Sheol. Motivation for my soul, pressing forward toward the mark. Here's my coupe, is my goal.
Look, Barack and Dr. Rain, they words of gold, they motivate. Big Lee, they hate before, but look, now they got more to hate. Look, y'all my Elohim, and trust me, it ain't no debate. Good luck, you show your face, that 40 cal, you know your faithful gates, and nigga know you fake. Got racks on deck, got more to make. Same crackers cut the deck, I serve the one, he hold the ace. It's Kanye in the yard, it's blood for blood, I so relate. Put loss and deep to find you who it is, it's all to take. If niggas disobey, then show me how I go to 8. Let's circumcise the law, you with me now, let's go to 8. Look, death to pay for sin, so trust me now, you know the rate. Crackers, you gon' mold the weight, the bar gon' make you fold the break.
Motivation for my soul. I don't wanna die a sinner, ending up in Sheol. Nipple. Motivation for my soul. Pressing forward toward tomorrow. Here's my coupe, is my goal. Motivation for my soul. I don't wanna die a sinner, ending up in Sheol. Nipple. Motivation for my soul. Pressing forward toward tomorrow. Here's my coupe, is my goal. Gotta keep on pressing, know my time is imminent to go. And I'll be lying nickel bar with a something really raw. Gotta meet my maker, I don't wanna meet him with Qatar. Let's not be casting out the shop with whoremongers and Alcazar. Son, eat the whole roll, and if sinners entice thee, please don't go. Whoa, lest destruction come upon me quick and I be found with Qatar. She'll be my punishment. Motivation for my soul. I don't wanna die a sinner, ending up in Sheol. Nipple. Motivation for my soul. Pressing forward toward tomorrow. Here's my coupe, is my goal.
I know what time it is.
Put your hands in the sky. If you're glad to be alive, let me see it. Come on. Hey, wave your hands out the side. If you're glad to be alive, let me see it. Come on. Put your hands in the sky. If you're glad to be alive, let me see it. Come on. Wave your hands out the side. If you're glad to be alive, let me see it. Come on.
I got breath in my body, man, how can I complain? A place to lay my head, enough bread to maintain. A whip to keep me back and forth when I switch lanes. In my right mind now, I can do some big things. I'm more grateful for simple things he brought me with. Achieving salvation, ooh, what an accomplishment. I see the Yahudis, then it builds my confidence. It would be more when our people gain their consciousness. You who's your who can none, I don't deserve it. The only reason who's correct me so I can stick to perfect. When it comes to Qatar, the Yahudim allergic. Manifest I through my verse and living right my purpose. Giving law to you who are like I ought to. On the outside it's liars, sources, and dogs too. If it ain't clean tension, then you know it's dog food. I'm about my opportunity, so yeah, I'm making boss moves.
Put your hands in the sky. If you're glad to be alive, let me see it. Come on. Hey, wave your hands out the side. If you're glad to be alive, let me see it. Come on. Put your hands in the sky. If you're glad to be alive, let me see it. Come on. Wave your hands out the side. If you're glad to be alive, let me see it. Come on.
Let's say the moment you born, you know it's death coming. Cause it's appointed once to die, after this the judgment. I gotta get it, cousin. The mosh pot won't be long, I can sense it coming, so I better get to running. Y'all please keep me through this Mahalak on the journey for your Ruach Kakadash, cause the days are evil. Please deliver my navash, don't remember my kata or condemn my navash on the day I see you. See when the heat get hot, get back up from the stove. You're gonna be tested like I suffered rain, hunger, cold. Even had to press on the days I ain't wanna go. Now he gave me 100-fold when someone is stole. They watch GTD in my head, I'm meditating when I'm waking, when I'm laying in bed. Gotta hold to everything that I said, cause if it's skeletons in my closet, then that mean the behavior is dead, nigga.
Put your hands in the sky. If you're glad to be alive, let me see it. Come on. Hey, wave your hands out the side. If you're glad to be alive, let me see it. Come on. Put your hands in the sky. If you're glad to be alive, let me see it. Come on. Wave your hands out the side. If you're glad to be alive, let me see it. Come on. Put your hands in the sky. If you're glad to be alive, let me see it. Come on. Wave your hands out the side. Come on. If you're glad to be alive, let me see it. Come on. Put your hands in the sky. Put them up. If you're glad to be alive, let me see it. Come on. Wave your hands out the side. If you're glad to be alive, let me see you. Come on.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Yeah.
YGT these niggas.
Hey.
Hey yo, when I get rock,
When I rock,
play this at my funeral, nigga.
I got you.
This that real. Know that.
As long as I live, I recognize my body is in mind and it's in. As long as I live, as long as I live, the rules on it all, leave it down to my lamb. As long as I live,
Yahudi gang till death. It's a movement.
as long as I live, as long as I live, the Houston words always wanna be my first love. Tell her.
Yo, you was found of a man who wasn't even searching. Crazy how the ruler chooses who will be in service. He said be perfect, go reflect the bid. The bar the president, I call it like a secret service. Be careful what I'm letting in, he gotta feel my whole life, whole mind. Don't forget my nefesh. My body's a habitation, I gotta have it vacant for your who and nobody's supposed to be there. Deborah Cox. If I let a stranger in my house, then I'm like to me, and who should won't be pleased in instead of shocked. So as long as I live, I plan to keep him as my first love. That's Kiki White, duet with a font. This a 90s scheme, old R&B. It ain't hard to see, go rewind this and let it rock. And tell you who she was as long as you live. Your plan is to be his, and the congregation said I'm not. As long as I live, I recognize my body is in mine, it is his. As long as I live, as long as I live, the who owns it all, even down to my limbs. As long as I live, as long as I live, I recognize every good gift is from above. As long as I live, as long as I live, your who she was always gonna be my first love. And I can say I choose you again, but did I ever really choose you to begin? You who would look down over hooligan, drug dealers, thug stealers, and hooligans. Zoom in the lens and examine my life. When I was 13 and 12, I took passion and fights. Kept my dark brown skin, now I matched it with light. And the colors don't clash, that actually nice. If it's on stay upon me, that's a tracking device. Then I know what we do, it has to be right. And they wanna give him praise when the sun come up, and keep it going till the sun go down. Back to the night, yeah. Keeping y'all always up on the brain. Word land on my heart, jumping off of the page. Taught of his ways, how to walk and behave. Things change, but your promise will always remain the same. As long as I live, I recognize my body is in mine, it is his. As long as I live, as long as I live, the who owns it all, even down to my limbs. As long as I live, as long as I live, I recognize every good gift is from above. As long as I live, as long as I live, the who she was always gonna be my first love.
What we do, it has to be right. And they wanna give him praise when the sun come up, and keep it going till the sun go down. Back in the night, yeah. Keeping y'all always up on the brain. Word land in my heart, jumping off of the page. Tell him. Taught of his ways, how to walk and behave. Things change, but your promise will always remain the same.
Life is changing real fast, but we gon' make it. Don't know how long it's gon' last, but we gon' make it. Every chance for a game, brother, we gon' take it. Yeah. It's never gonna be the same, but we gon' make it. We gon' make it.
Coronavirus came and changed the whole planet, homie. Exposing Jesus Matheus, nothing more than a phony. But I'm Yehudi, joining Yahuwah, a matrimony. Went straight, but return running without the tracks of conies. So you can keep your Baptists and holy. We show and prove with the chosen few that hold the truth past the phony. Shout out the rest of those who working with them, purpose driven, speaking words of wisdom that keep us from placing curses written. So anytime I get the urge for sinning, I remember all those who all chose to be a murder victim. Earth swallows summon with others that serve and bid them. But as a hobbin of his become, I certainly mention like Yeshayahu in chapter 63. Won't stop till that who is enemy. Either we gon' make it or we gon' have to take it. But either way it go, all we all got to eat.
Life is changing real fast, but we gon' make it. Don't know how long it's gon' last, but we gon' make it. Every chance for a game, brother, we gon' take it. It's never gonna be the same, but we gon' make it. We gon' make it.
It's a different world. I'm not Dwayne Wayne, but use your wit to try and change things. I don't trust crackers, nor they propaganda. Pushing false agendas, but they fail to mention that the world is in chaos. Y'all shook the globe up, carved a little space out. Right now they don't control us, plagued them with the plague. Now these crackers know us. A shame it took a plague for them to realize they owe us, And I know I probably shouldn't have made this song when the government is listening, but I'm just gonna say I'ma take them up on everything they offering. Head up to the synagogue, pay my tithes and offerings. Holler at Raw, try and set some up. Gotta get this paper daily, plotting on the come up. Let them give me 8 mil, you trippin', I'm out. I got this from my preacher, we gon' hit up nigga island.
Life is changing real fast, but we gon' make it. We gon' make it. Don't know how long it's gon' last, but we gon' make it. We gon' We gon' make it. We gon' make it. We gon' make it. We gon' make it. Jones.
Everybody doing all right? That's right. I gotta have a Jubilee mic on sitting on your chin right there. You get ready to get some money, Daniel. You know, we gotta call all of them in. That's right. How everybody doing? All right. That's right. Good job. Good job. Austin, you get the Kadasha today. There you go. Let's go. Represent this guy. That's right. That's right. Don't worry about all the haters, Austin. Sometimes they sit right next to you, brother. To your left. Look down. Not too far. That's right. Y'all doing all right? All right. We won't take too long. At this time, we'll have the blowing of the shofar, and then we'll have a shower come on to break bread with y'all. That's all right? That's right. That's right. That's right. Come on. At this time, we're going to call off our very own Sharaf Leon. Y'all give it up for him. Give it up. Give it up.
Let me get you. Help Chris out. But everybody doing all right? Certainly two to be here. Wow. Is it two to be here? Oh, yeah, okay. Now, I say that because, like, used to hear people say, well, I grew up hearing the old folks say, you know, he'll keep you from danger seen and unseen. You didn't really get it. Like, I ain't seen and unseen. I know about the seen. What do you mean unseen? But I tell you, you never know what's going on around you that man keep you from. So that's why I say truly, I can say today it's good to be here. Tornado watches out, tornado even hit right where in the path I was in. Huge tornado. I just did miss it. So when I tell you, man, he'll keep you from danger seen and unseen, that man a keeper. As they would say, he's a keeper. He's a keeper. So that's why I say I'm truly glad to be here. And y'all see my little pace. That's my thing. Don't worry about it. We'll get down to it. But I'm truly glad, you know, like I said, to be here. Just think about something. Well, let me say this. You talk about in season, being instant, in season, out of season. Ooh, it's tight when you get up here, boy. You don't know when it's coming. It's just like, boom, get up here and go. But you got to be ready, right? When trials come, like, okay, I'm sharp, but y'all got challenges too. We all have challenges. I'm still a person. I'm still a human. So when stuff hit, you got to be ready. So that ain't just for the shower. That's for all of us, right? You got to be instant, ready. Head at the bar on standby so you can fight off them fiery darts of the enemy, right? And Charles Malcolm, he was telling me, a preacher told him one time how you got to have got to keep one in the chamber. Tell a preacher keep one in the chamber. But I tell you what, you can keep one in the chamber, but you better have on that full armor too. Because you can keep one of these, meaning a lesson in the chamber, but you find yourself out there and you ain't have on the whole armor. So while you got that one in the chamber, it's more than just that one in the chamber. You got to have a lifestyle come with that. And that's what many fall at, right? You keep that lesson in the chamber and you find yourself on the outside, what good was that one in the chamber? So it's something to consider. It's something for me to consider. I feel like it's something for all of us to consider. I know he was speaking in terms of a lesson, but at the same time, we all got to keep on that armor. We all got to keep on that, like I said, the full armor of Elohim. Yeah, you can keep or pass one test. Let me put it like this. You might can pass one test. We all done that. You say, I'm doing good. Got over that one. You know, feeling good, have a good week. Next week pop up, boom, another test. Did all right then. Got over that one. I tell you what, enemy, he ain't stopping at 1, 2, 3. He gonna keep working, and eventually he gonna try to find that cracking point, which we all have cracked at one point. We all have been up here confessing at one point. So we all done cracked. So that one is two, but you better keep that thing on repeat. You better keep that thing on repeat. You better have a whole armor to come. You better have something to block it. I'm just saying, you got to be ready. Let's go ahead and start with that Romans 15:4. Well, I guess I probably should write it myself. That's our foundation. That's our base, right?
Yes, sir.
Romans 15:4. We'll see how this goes. Tight. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go, Chris.
Yes, sir. For whatever Nikatab before, Nikatab Talamadus.
Talamadus. Yes, sir.
So that through endurance and through the Nakum of the Ketubim, we might have Tikva.
That endurance. That's what we talking about. You have 1, 2, 3, but it's gonna prove out where you at as the course of time go on. I know we all came here, you know, to be Yasha, and we gotta do what it takes to get to that point. I know I came here on fire, ready, and then along the way, like talking about that endurance, along the way at some point I succumbed to Katim, and I gave way. But here we said for whatever was, or whatever Nikatab before Nikatab to what, Chris?
Katab Talamadus, so that through endurance
yes, sir.
And through the Nakum or the Ketubim, we might have Tikva.
Might have Tikva, we got to have a cord. Let me get also like Acts of the Shalakim. Uh, 26. See what 19. You already know what time it is, Breeze. I ain't gonna be before you long. Try not to. What does that really mean? Nah, I ain't gonna be before you long.
Is that verse 19?
Yeah, we can start at, let me see. Go to 18, let's see what they say. What 17 say then, since it did that? Oh, okay. 16? I'm sorry, we'll get there. See what 16 says. I was talking shower. We can start there. I think I won't down, but we can start right there.
Verse 16?
Acts of the Charlotte King, 26:16.
Yes, sir.
I
But
got some
come
tape to
up
do.
and stand on your regard, for this purpose I have appeared to you, for I shall choose you as a sharad and as a witness of the things which you have seen, and which I shall kazoon to you.
This Shaul, I mean, you're talking about Shaul, when he was Kara, he was walking along the way to Damascus to persecute the Adah. And Adon appeared to him and told him to come up and stand on his feet. For this purpose, he appeared to him, for he should choose him as a Shara. And, well, that's not really what I want, but just talking about that, how he called him for the purpose, and appeared to him for the purpose, and chose him as a Shara, that he may be a witness of the things which he's seen, which he shall reveal to him. I know he probably could feel like a lot of times like, well, I ain't no Shara. I don't do Zamara. You can kind of sometimes feel like that may get in the way. Like you kind of feel like, what's my purpose? What's my point of being here? But just the mere fact, like Rob been talking about, Shara Miller talked about, how we being chosen. Like that, I know sometimes like when you get on them good hot streaks of doing good, you can feel like, man, I'm doing it. It's me. I'm doing that thing. And that's right where you can start to mess up. Because you're like, I'm doing that thing. But this man chose us. Shaul was headed to persecute the Adah. But Yahusha stopped him in the track. Called this man to be a Shar. So I want to say, don't be discouraged by the fact that you're not a Shar, you don't do Samar, you're not an usher, in there. But the mere fact that this man called us out of Alam to try to give us a chance at Alam Ka'i. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. This man could have left me out there, like could have been on the sideline riding that pine. That's what I mean. That man could have left me on the sideline. But for whatever reason, just like, this ain't about my lyrics and nothing like that. I just say what I mean. So that I say, I don't know why he chose me for redemption. Don't know why he chose me, but I'm needing his help. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep striving. I ain't going to quit. Yahuwah will be my help. I ain't going to quit. Today, I don't have a mind to quit. And as long as he keep giving me that mind, I'm going to keep repeating the same. That's why I say I'm going to keep repeating the same thing. Yeah, I didn't know he was going to call me to come up here and be a Shara, but that wasn't going to stop me from repeating the same step, same action, because I want to be Yasha. At least that was in my law when I heard the man preaching. It didn't happen right away, which I'm pretty sure it didn't happen. Some of them it might have did. I think Chris might have, kind of hit him instantly, but I'm so grateful that the man did allow my lob to eventually get pricked and say, I'm going to come this way. And when I decided to come this way, I said, I knew I had to leave everything behind, but we don't always leave it right behind. You think you did, but then something happened and come up, and then you kind of lose your way. But I'm grateful today that I have that mind to walk in his path. And so whether I've been a Shara or whether you're a Shara, whatever you do, what capacity you sit in, you hold a seat where the Most High give you a chance to be Yasha. That's a great opportunity. Keep going. Verse 17.
Yes, sir. By delivering you from the arm and from the goyim that I shall send you unto you now, to open their so that they may turn from Kashak to Aur, and from the dominion of Satan to Elohim, that they may receive forgiveness of Kataim and an inheritance among those who have been inside the Kodash ones by Amunah and me.
Yes, sir. So we talk about from the dominion. Go back to that. From the dominion, Mashal, rule of Satan. Let's pin that. Keep going.
Therefore, Malak, Agrippus, I did not defy the which I saw from Shamayim.
So Shaul said he didn't defy it. He didn't ignore it. The that's when the Adon appeared to him, which he saw from Shamayim. He didn't know it. When he seen the sign, when he got called, when he seen that man said, I ain't know it. Keep going.
But declared first unto the inhabitants of Damascus and Jerusalem, and then throughout all the Arats of Yehuda, and even to the Goyim, saying, they should repent and turn to Elohim and do works worthy of repentance.
And you know why I say that? When he said he didn't, I forgot how King James said, but basically, Shaul was saying how he didn't defy the Shamayin calling. And that's what I was talking about when we first heard it. You know, some of us, I just say myself, I first heard it, you know, I was laughing, boy, preacher's funny. He's still funny. You know, I was just laughing up a storm, but finally, something hit. That thing pricked my Lord. And it hit. So I can't say, even though I can't say that when I first heard it, I didn't deny it, I'm still grateful that he gave me a chance, because he could have just cut me out and said, you done. Shaul said he ain't denied when he seen it. A lot of us, I'm sure, when we first heard it, he ain't just come right away. He ain't just click for you. So this, man, the kindness man show us, the way he ain't just say, you done, you should have called it the first time. That's a high bar. That's a high standard. The fact that he ain't allow us, the fact that we didn't catch it the first time, he allowed us another chance, we should be grateful. Keep going.
And because this Debar, the Yahudim, seized me in the Mashakan and sought to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
And Elohim is in my help.
Mm-hmm.
And to this Yom I have stood and testifies before me, both to small and great. And I spoke nothing other than the Dabarim, which the Nabaim and Mushah said that they are destined to come.
That's what I wanted. And I'm not trying to preach Shaul by any means, but he was a follower of the Mashiach, correct?
Yes, sir.
But I wanted this because I like this too, for the fact along with the Romans, because he said, he testified before me both to small and great, and I spoke no thing other than that, than the which the Nabaim and Mushah said they are destined to come. And I know Justin made a joke, I think it was a joke with us one time, maybe in 3, saying, he said, all I do is preach a sermon, and I do it word by word too, line for line. And I say that to say that a lot of time, or when given this opportunity, I often reflect back to what he preached. And so that's why I like to say that, because I'm not coming to say anything other than what this man said. I think Charles Justin Miller also said, you know, how he just want to add. He don't want to try to be above preaching. He ain't trying to take over. He just want to add to it. And as Charles, that's all I want to do. Just come along and maybe confirm or declare some of the things he already said. So sometimes it may come out, I don't know, simple, whatever the case may be, but all I want to do is just reaffirm and add to the Shara, to the ministry. Not trying to overstep, I just want to be a help. Right? So
yes, sir.
he's saying none other things than Nabi and Mushah. The same thing, I ain't gonna say none other thing. And with that being said, reason I say that, because I was thinking about, he was talking about living like you're on parole. One week, I don't know if y'all remember that. He said you need to try to live like you're on parole. I'm not gonna preach out or parole, but let's look that up from parole. From Google, fine. We're gonna get to you, Cook. Yes, sir. My man. Yes, sir. But now he's talking about living like you on. We need to live like we on parole. Parole. The release of a prisoner temporarily for a special purpose or permanently before the completion of a sentence on the promise of good behavior. So parole is, because I've never been to jail, never been to prison. I knew people like that, so I ain't coming to try to pretend like I done or I know something about it. You know what I mean? Not from this standpoint, but at some point we all have been prisoners. We at some point have all been locked up, in chains, in bondage. Kind of like what you talking about. You done been in prison before. So no disrespect, I don't know nothing about it. I'm not trying to say it like that. Not from this standpoint I haven't, but from the Ruagni and from things I've done in my life, I've been a prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
You've been a prisoner.
Yes, sir.
So that's the release of a prisoner temporarily for a special purpose or permanently before the completion of a sentence on the promise of good behavior. So you can be released temporarily, meaning that walk got to be tight for you. When you get released from prison on parole, it can be temporary. It's temporary permanent, So it must be some things you can do to violate to put you back into that prison, right? But what we want to be released for is what? Permanent. It's on the completion of a sin, on the promise of good behavior. Now, we know that he chose us, but that don't exclude the fact that you still going to have to keep some good behavior. And that keeping of the good behavior is going to be the keeping of the what? The Torah. Here's the bar. That's what, let me say this. He said, Yahushua, my attorney, in the verse. Yahushua getting us off, but there's some things you still going to have to keep in order to stay out. So while he chose us, don't try to use it as a covering or a cloak, as some do and say, I'm good. You know, I failed this time. No, you got to keep, because if you get caught, what happened? Right back. I know you might say, I can get away with this. Ain't nobody going to see it. I think it's Tahleen 137. I ain't even mean to go here, but Tahleen 137, I think it is. We can start at 1. Not sure what. I think it all kind of talk about what I'm looking for. That's the one. Scroll down. Oh, that's what you talk about hanging your heart. No, that's not it. No, what I thought. Try 139. There go to verse 1. I'm looking for, keep going. Be patient with me. That was 1. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's verse 7 that I wanted. Start at verse 1. Let's see where it's at. I think it's verse 7 I want though.
O Yahuwah, you have searched me and known me.
Mm-hmm.
You know
so
my
you search me and you know me.
You know my sitting down and my coon. You understand my thought from afar.
What are we going to do with that? What you going to do with that? You thinking like, man, I can slide back on this one. Let me try it. That man said, what? Let me see what verse 2 said again.
You know my sitting down and my coon. You understand my thought from afar.
Okay. My thought from afar?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You scrutinize my path and my lying down, and are acquainted with all my ways.
Acquainted with all my ways. I ain't just preaching. He acquainted with all my ways. That ain't like a stranger or somebody who, man, know you. All your ways. Man, I'm gonna say you think you slick something. Boy, you think you can outthink. You can't not outthink this man.
Can't do it.
Man, you can't do it. I'm sorry, excuse me if I get personal, but you can't do it. This man acquainted with every one of your ways. You thinking, I got this, let me have this look. Nah, I'm acquainted with every one of them. Keep going.
For not a debar is on my tongue. Behold, O Yahuwah, you know it all.
You know it all?
You have enclosed behind me and before and laid your hand upon me. Such da'ath is too wonderful for me. It is set on high. I cannot attain to it.
That's what I just got caught up like, man, that's just reading that. I ain't read that in a while, but just reading that, he says it's too wonderful for me. Like, man, This man acquainted with every debar, every thought from afar, he know it. Keep going.
Where can I go from your ruach, or where can I flee from your presence?
Where can I flee? Where can we go? Send a man, who you gonna run to? Ain't that what you said? Where are you gonna run to? What was it? Yeah, where you gonna run to? Tahlene penned it. You just came. It's in, breezy in the book, breezy in the book.
That's right.
Where can I flee? Where you gonna run to? So you thinking, yeah, I can, cause we in our mind, I don't know, we think like, man, nobody seen it. Nothing happened. I gotta wait. Mr. Yahuwah, he seen it. That man said, ain't nowhere you can go from my presence.
That's right.
You can't flee from nowhere. You can't flee from me. Escape made a song, who can I run to? Look like you need to be running Mr. Yahuwah. He the strong tower.
That's
you can't
right.
get from his presence. When I say you, I mean me too.
That's right.
Keep going. Let's see what some more say. So where can I flee from your presence? Let's see if we can find some place.
If I ascend to the Shamayim, you are there.
I'm gonna get me a jet, me a plane. I'm gonna do like they did. I'm trying to build to Shamayim.
If I ascend to the Shamayim, you are there.
You there. Keep going.
If I make my bed in Sheol, behold, you are there.
You there. So is suicide the answer? Not trying to, I know family people have, not trying to mean, but is that the answer?
No, sir.
They said make my bed in Sheol. Well, yeah, that's what they think. Let me get away. If I just get away from, let's just get off, let's get out of here. That man said he there too. Keep going.
If I take the wings of the dawn, if I dwell in the remotest part of the Yam, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall lay hold of me. If I say, surely the Kashak shall overwhelm me, and the Aur around me shall be night. Even the Kashak is not Kashak for you, and the Layla shines after you.
That man said, man, I'm gonna do my dirt in the Layla. Surely nobody gonna see me then. What he said at the beginning of verse 12 again?
Even the Kashak is not Kashak for you.
Tight. As is darkness, so is our.
Amen.
So what we got in ourselves? Look like he got the power.
That's right.
The man said, even the Kashak is not dark from you. What are we gonna do with that? Let's get back to, give me, I think we have finished that answer of Charlotte King. I got off. Yeukanon. See, oh shoot, we ain't got no J. Come on, I condemn J in one of my verses. Yeukanon. Trying to see which one I'm gonna get. 8. Let's go chapter 8. Let's see where I want to start. Go to about verse 20. That's fine, hold on. Now scroll down. Taking a little time tonight. Keep going. Let's see 25. I won't, but that's fine. We can read down. We were talking about being a prisoner, being captive, or being on parole. But in order to be in a state where you're on parole, you had to been in prison.
Right.
To something. You had to been captive to something. Like I say, I know some may have been in jail, prison, all these things, and someone say, well, I know sometimes they ask that, you sit there like, man, I ain't been. And I know for me, when I was out there, that was one of the things I did not want to do, is go to jail. I did not want to go to jail, prison. It's just some of the stuff you think, where you hear or you see on TV and you think, man, I don't want to go there. Because where you going to go? Somebody come to shame you going to call your boys? Matter of fact, you might have to become one of the boys just to get some protection. Then you can't even trust them. So it's just one of them things I just did not want to do. So when the question asked, sometimes I'm like, well, I didn't do that. You know, I ain't go to jail. We'll see. Verse 25.
Yes, sir. They said to him, who are you? Yahushua said to them, what have I even speak to you from the beginning? I have many things to say and to shafit against you. Surely the one who sent me is trustworthy. What I have shama from him, these I shall speak to the alarm. They did not understand that he was talking to them about the Abba.
Talking about the Abba.
Then Yahushua said to them, at the time you lift up the being of Ish, you shall know that I am he, and that I do not do anything of myself, but as the Abba has taught me these things, so I speak.
So you'll know.
And the one who sent me is with me. The Abba has not abandoned me alone, for I always do the things with his tube and his
We talked about that before, right? Do always. Or you put in your Zamara. So we keep it always. And then we came and talked about working out, getting in shape. You're in the fire salvation, right?
Sir.
Keep going.
And it came to pass when he spoke this, many Aman in him.
Yes, sir.
Yahushua said to the Yaldim who Aman in him, if I truly stay in my debar, you are the Talmudim of mine.
If you truly stay in my debar, you are the Talmudim of mine.
You shall know the Amat, and the Amat shall bring you out to freedom.
And why is he talking about freedom? Freedom for what? What are you talking about? I ain't in jail. I ain't in prison. Why are you talking about freedom? Freedom? Just think about it. I'm talking to y'all now, and I start saying, you should know the Amat, and the Amat shall bring you to freedom. What is your perception of that? Are you incarcerated right now? Is anybody holding you back, holding you down to that chair? What freedom? Why is he talking about freedom? Keep going.
They answered him, we are the offspring of Abraham, and in our Yamim, we have never been enslaved to anyone.
Enslaved? And you said slave, that's not prison. What do they say about being in prison or when you go to jail, you paying your debt to society?
That's right.
Paying your debt to society. I don't want to get political like that. But yeah, he said we have never been enslaved to anyone.
Why do you say you shall become? Why do you say you shall become beneath of freedom?
So they thinking, they mind racing. Like I asked you, what is your perception of that? So they like, why are you talking about freedom? We ain't been enslaved. So like I said, I ain't been to prison. I ain't been enslaved to nobody. So I think, keep going.
Yahushua answered them, Aman, Aman, I say to you, anyone who commits kata is the abad of kata.
So anyone who commits kata is the abad of kata. And abad can be like a what? Prisoner? Slave. Slave. So we find out, so when I think on this and I read this, can we say we haven't been incarcerated or in prison? To kata. That's what's got us. So my fear of jail and all that, I still wind up getting caught. I still found myself enslaved and in prison to kata. I needed to be paroled.
Yes, sir.
I needed to be paroled, Dave. Well, temporarily, because sometimes we say, man, if I could just, like I would say, you'd be like, man, just get me out of this. That's temporary. Just get me away. If I could just, I'm telling you, I'm gonna go whole hard. Nothing gonna hold me back no more. Just get me out of there. Temporary.
That's right.
That's a temporary parole. I mind that we all of us should be of like mind to say, I want it permanent. But we tend as human beings to say, just get me out, because whatever your situation is at that time, it's pressing for you. No matter how small it be, for you, it's pressing. I might get here and say, in myself, like, come on, man, I got bigger stuff than that. But for you, that's pressing. And sometimes we get, just get me from this. But we got to seek one that's permanent. So I found myself fearing jail, prison, not want to do it, not want to go, and still find myself in it. Because this man said, Amon, I say to you, anyone who commits kata is the abad of kata. Let's see what it says after that. Verse 35.
Yes, sir. Now the abad does not reside in the beth alone.
Mm-hmm.
The being shall reside alone.
Alone. Temporary or permanent? Permanent for the being. Temporary for the abad. So we trying to get that permanent parole. But it talked about it being from good behavior. And we know that we've been chosen. It wasn't our works that got us off of that or got us on this parole, but something had to come in and do that. Someone had to come in and do that. Let's see. I know it's obvious, but let's get Yukanon 18. I think it's 18. Start at verse 1. Yukanon, chapter 18, verse 1. Yes, sir.
And it came to pass, when Yahusha finished speaking these dabarim, he went outside with his talmudim to the other side of the Nekal Kidron, where there was a gun.
Mm-hmm.
He entered it with his talmudim.
Mm-hmm.
Yehuda, his betrayer, also knew of the Malkum, since many times Yahusha met there with his talmudim.
Mm-hmm.
Yehuda brought the regiment and Abadim of the Rosh Kahan and the Parashim, and came there with lamps and torches and weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Yahusha knew all that would come upon him. He went out and said to them, Whom are you seeking?
Whom are you seeking?
They answered and said, Yahusha the Nazri. Yahusha said unto them, I am he. Yehuda, his betrayer, also stood by them.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass, he said to them, I am he. They turned backwards and fell to the Adamah.
Mm-hmm.
Once more he said to them, Whom are you seeking?
Why you keep asking that? They said Yahusha Nazri. Who are you seeking?
They said, Yahusha the Nazri.
Mm-hmm.
Yahushua answered and said, Did I not tell you, I am he?
Mm-hmm.
Thus, if you are seeking me, let these alone and go.
So he said, they said they were seeking Yahushua, but he asked them twice, whom you seeking? He said, Yahushua Nazri. He finally said, Yahushua answered and said, did I not tell you, I am he? I'm the one you seeking, right?
Yes, sir.
But he kept asking the question for a reason. He said, thus, if you are seeking me, leave these alone and go. When I just thinking on that, they could have just easily got him, but for some reason he said, if you seeking me, let these go. We were all gonna be killed.
That's right.
Move. But this man said, he stepped in the stead and said, if you seeking me, let them go. This man stepped in for, do you not know you was headed to prison? You were headed to prison. Now, this was done for a reason. I'm just using it to say you were headed to prison, and this man stepped in and said, let them go. His time of day at the time. But was he wounded for our what?
Transgressions.
And by his stripes we what?
Healed.
So was it just them or was it for us too? Or anyone who would have mourned on him, as the Kid the Beam has said.
That's right.
So this man, basically, I take, let them go. Let them go. Man, we were done. We were headed to Sheol, where you can't hide from. This man said, let them go. We'll see why he did it. Uh-huh.
This was to fulfill the debar that he spoke.
Mm-hmm.
Of those whom you have given to me, not even one of those have perished.
So this man's mind was constantly on fulfilling the debar. Even if some, you could say as small as that, the bar was being fulfilled. If we could just, let me say for me, get a mind, or again, today have that mind, we keep giving us that mind, keep repeating the same step, that always keep our mind stayed on thee. And he would keep us in perfect shalom, whose mind is stayed on. Yahushua kept his mind on fulfilling. This man said, let them go. He said, of those whom you've given me, not even one of those
has
perished. Go to Yukonon 17. Let's see Ezekiel Kazar. A lot of Yukonon. About to be done. Yukonon 17. It's going to be quite a bit of read. We start at verse 1. Just bear with me. We about done. Uh-huh.
Yahushua spoke these things. Then he lifted his toward the Shamayim and said, Abi, the hour has come. Kabul your being, so that your being may also kabul you. Just as you have given him authority over all Basar, so that he may give Alam Kayi to all those whom you have given him.
So that he may do what?
Just as you have given him authority over all Basar, so that he may give Alam Kayi to all those whom you have given him.
That he may give. So that sound like we earn that? Or is that con? Concede, favor. That he may give Alam Kayi, election, to all those whom you have given him. Keep going.
This is Alam Kayi, to know you, that you alone are Elohim, and Yahushua HaMashiach, whom you have sent. I kabud you on the Arats. I have completed your work that you have commanded me to do. Now you kabud me, Abi, with yourself, with the kabud that I had with you before the Alam existed. I have manifested your Shem to the Anashim whom you gave me out of the Alam. They were yours, and you gave them to me, and they have kept your debar. Now they know that all whatsoever you have given me is from yourself. For the dabarim that you gave me, I have given to them. They have received them, and Amat recognized that I came forth from you, and they amon that you sent me. I shall implore you on their behalf. I shall not implore on behalf of the Alam, but rather on behalf of those that you have given to me, for they are yours. All that is mine is yours, and what is yours is of mine, and I have been kabud in them.
Keep going.
I am no longer in the Alam, yet they are in the Alam, and I am coming to you, my Kodash Abba. Protect them in your Shem, which you have given to me, that they may be one as we are. While I was with them in the Alam, I protected them in your Shem. I have kept what you have given me, and not one of them has perished except the Ben of perdition, to fulfill the debar of the Kitabim.
So right there is the answer. it reads differently in King James. It almost says the same way as it said in chapter 18 when he said, he ain't lost not one. That's what he said, I kept what you have given me, and not one of them has perished. The man, how he was saying, he's a keeper. The man kept the bar. He said he kept everyone, and he ain't lost not one except the being of perdition. I pull out, man, I tell you, can you imagine the being of perdition? That was chosen.
Yeah.
So when you think about that, why that wasn't you? Why that wasn't me? It's election, right? You chosen. This further proves ain't nothing we could have done. It's just like a suit.
That's right.
What nothing you could, this could have I just want you to understand, this could have very well been me or you. But for whatever reason, the man chose to have conceit on us and give us this opportunity. Cause I used to be one of the ones you'd be like, man, if I could have just been there with him. I could, oh boy, just to be with him, halak with him, literally, in the bazaar with him, and came up and I put my hand in there as the being a perdition. I come up and betray him with a kiss. And you still can end up doing that if you don't keep his amar.
Mm-hmm.
That's tight. So, again, I found myself being a prisoner of Qatar, and this man coming along and saying, let him go. Let him walk free. Parole this man. But I don't want it for a temporary fix. I've been there. I did. I've been there. But he'll allow some things to happen, some trouble to come, to where you finally just get to a point where you say, listen, man, I just want to be with him permanent. I just want to make it in. That's why you hear me, like, ain't about me, but, you know, when I say make it in, I gotta make, like, I want to make it in, man. You understand? I want to make it in. I came here, I played some. I said some done in truth, ashamed to behave, knowing the mock with Rasha ways. Like, I want to make it in. I got to leave this stuff behind. This man came and gave me this opportunity. I'm glad of seeing this, that he paroled me and getting to a point where don't just do it temporary. Don't just say, you know, this time I'm going to do it. Let's get to a point we do it permanent. And once you get on parole, you do have to keep some good behaviors, right? There's some things you just can't do. I heard the guy talking at their graduation, I think Dan and them, he was saying, and in business, that's true, you know, he talking about taking risks. But when you've been paroled from Qatar and trying to get away from that stuff and stay away from it, it's some, Ephesians 5:15, let's just read. I know you know what it say. I think it's 15. So get right to that so we can move. Oh, that's read. Yes, sir. 15.
Now see and be careful not to halak like fools, but as wise unashamed. Redeeming the time because they are the Rosh Yamim.
I want to say go to 14. Just back up for one verse. I think it's just reading differently, that's all. Nah, it's 15, 16. Go back to 15. One more time, Chris.
Now see and be careful not to halak like fools, but as wise unashamed. Redeeming the time because they are the Rosh Yamim.
Go one more.
Therefore, do not be lacking of da'ath, but understanding, banah, of knowledge of what the will of our Adon is.
Okay, so it says be careful here. I got to get some of this stuff out, but it talked about circumspect. Remember, preacher told that's walking, not willing to take risks. So once you've been paroled, once we got away from that, you can't be willing to take any risk. Those risks sometimes can be too much. I was gonna get it, but we can move on. But 1 Corinthians 5, and I believe or 15:33, evil communication.
Corrupt good manners.
Corrupt good manners. So I don't know what it is. It may be some things you just have to disconnect from on social platforms. It could be things come on. Y'all know y'all heard get away from, no, leave not gonna. I'm saying you just you can't weary and unwilling to take risks. That's what we got to be at.
That's right.
That's all I'm saying.
That's right.
And sometimes you click on some stuff, man, boy, don't take no risk.
That's right. That's right.
That's all I'm saying. Once you get away from something, man, you got to be ever so careful. You might think, I done been a little time. I done been separated from this stuff a little time. I can handle. I'm just gonna go back over here. But going back over there can lead somewhere else. So I can't take that risk.
That's right.
Because one slip or one mistake I think he just finished talking about how, we just say I done. Just one time.
That's right.
One time. But this man had conceded on us and gave us multiple opportunities. So I bring up that one time to say, we can't be, if we get the mind to just be that way, I ain't got one time.
That's right.
Matter of fact, they talk about let it not be once named among you.
That's right.
As becoming Kadash, Kodashim. Once. So it ain't just my mouth. Don't let it be once named among you. If you think about it, you just have that mind to not once how strong you be. How strong we be. What Mr. Yahuwah probably, what doors. You know what I'm saying? Get open. If you just have a mind to say, not one time can I mess up or I'm going back to prison.
That's right.
Hosey said, that man, and I often admired it and look how he said, man, I cannot go back out there.
That's right.
I can't. That man said he cannot go. I know he mean it.
Mm-hmm.
We have that mind to just say, I ain't got one time to go back out there and mess up.
That's right.
You don't have to literally be outside the door. There's some things you can do just sitting right there at your own house. But if we can just take on the mind, because if you've taken on this amanah, this aman, and you truly aman is the bar, then you've been set free. Let's just not go back to it. That's all I come to say. Let's just have a mind just to say, the man have paroled me, allowed me to get away from situations, people, places, and things. Talk about the nouns. He allowed me to get away from some things that were holding me down, weighing me down, again, laying aside every weight in the Kataim. He allowed that to happen. Have y'all, like, trying to make it perfect, have you been to a point where you was in some stuff and he finally let you go and it felt like, what they say, a what been lifted off you? A weight been lifted off you. And do you, like have you had that happen and then remember that feeling like, man, I just feel so free. I'm so glad that's gone. Ooh, I'm so glad that's off my back. Why would we, like they say, go back to the weak and beggarly things of the rock alone? All I'm saying is, if he freed you, stay free. I know that Basar, it kicked. It kicked. It want things. Boy, it weigh on you. You be like, not today, but it ain't gonna stop. He gonna keep coming. And all I'm saying is, let's just keep information, keep getting information. We come here week in, week out. But as I talked about before in our workout, you gotta work this thing out daily. Can't be no slack. I'm a witness. Can't be no slack. You gotta hold to that thing daily. It ain't just 3 times a week. It's good to say and put in raps and stuff like that and songs, but you gotta work this thing out daily. Whether it's a daily dose of listening to it, which ZMR plays every morning. I don't be up every morning to listen to it. Okay, I ain't gonna be no hypocrite, but I'm just saying it's out there every morning, 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. But even if you don't do that, YouTube, we got YouTube. All I'm saying is, if you've been free and you know that feeling of freedom, you've been captive, and Mr. Yahuwah finally released that thing, or whether it was through confession, or finally he just let that breakthrough happen, please stay that way. Because when you go back, it's going to be, ooh, as you talk about the Ruach 7 times, it's going to be so much more hard to break free the next time. And what if he don't allow you the opportunity to break free? And he said, this is your number. Get outside the door. Door closed. You done. It's for me too. Let's just be free. That's my time. I've said that's tight. I ain't closed it before now. I ain't closed it before, Bree.
Come on, y'all give it up one more time. Come on, look, come on. Look. That's right. That's right. That was a good message. Hey, Lee, I'm going to have to take a little something from that, Lee.
Okay.
I'm going to borrow a little something from that, brother. That's right, boy. That man say, let them go free. Man, you know the book say, for a just person, one will die. Or a good person, they even dare to die. But you got to think, when we was in our Kataim, what he did, he died for, man, listen, ain't nobody dying for you, man. I mean, nobody. What he said was true. He's talking about let them go. Man, look here. Right here in the workforce, we were just talking to Lil Danny about people will throw you under the bus just to save their life, save their job. That's what it's about right now. Life is about self-preservation. People will save their life if it calls throw you under the bus for 1 second. Man, I don't believe in these people, man, not one bit. It happened too many times, too many times. You work with people, you in the meeting, yeah, I'm with you. Did you send that email? Nah, I think the responsibility was on Kennedy to send that email. And I think Kennedy didn't send it. Or Kennedy didn't send it, right? Hey, Kennedy, man, I think he was talking about you, but I tried to help you, brother, but I think he got it after you. And they be the main person. That's why sometimes, man, you gotta watch your back and walk circumspect. Just what he said, walk circumspect. Unwilling to take risks. Man, I ain't even doing it. I ain't even thinking about doing it. You can't do it, man. Can't do it, man. I'm trying to get right, boy. As soon as you hit that www, that next letter, you know your word search gonna come back up. It's gonna pull up everything that you don't want. Hold on now. Count, I ain't lying. College days swiftly fast, brother, but you can't go back, man. You can't go back, man. Unwilling to take risks. That's important. But a lot of us, you know what we are? Habitual line steppers. Habitual. I mean, as long as I don't burn, it's right there. But you got to get to that point where you unwilling to take risks. You don't take it. And what? Yeah, it was a great message. He talked about being on parole. Y'all know about being on that parole. I don't know about being on the parole. I didn't go down there. I was too scared, Daniel. I was too scared. I think he saved me. Because I was going around that corner about a pound of weed for me and my friend. And on the way over there, I just said, what are you doing, bro? You ain't no gangster. I said, I think I can do it. I can flip this pound. Man, I got around that corner, man. One of Jamaican, I said, nah. I said, yeah, bro, I'm just going to go on ahead, man. I think that was the best decision I ever made. It just wasn't me. It just wasn't me. But I hard what he said. We got to consider everything, because we only got 1 day at a time. 1 day. We could be gone tomorrow. 1 day. 1 day we could be gone. Being on parole, you ain't got no chances. You ain't got no chances. Parole, you know what the word parole actually means? Huh? When he pulled it up, parole actually was coming from a war. It's a war definition. A war definition means if you're an enemy, I'm giving you my word that I'm finna let you go, right? But you can't turn to be an enemy back on me. I'll keep you back home, but you still can't take up arms against me. Y'all follow what I'm saying? So it was a term used to say, I'm giving you my word, I'm gonna let you go, but don't turn back on me. Y'all get what I'm saying? And so now, just what Lee said, Yahuwah has taken that place for us. He has let us go. But you know what happens when you violate parole, right? You get the original sentence. Is that right? You getting the original sentence. Whatever it was, you finna get the whole thing. And y'all already know what that is. We out of here. It's over with. So that's why, man, you gotta walk circumspect. And it doesn't matter who up here. It could be Raw, it could be Shara Justin, Shara Malcolm, myself, Leon. There will be a still small voice that you gotta hear. And if you ain't here and you miss it, it's over. And that's what you needed to go, but you so worried about on this and that. Nah, I ain't, hey, what it is, what it is. When I came here, man, I ain't care what minister got. I was ready. I was right there. I was right there, because it was just, I needed it. I needed it, and that's what we need. And our heart, what the Most High is doing right here amongst us, with all our shara, with all our leadership, with all the people coming, with all the people going. Because at the end of the day, people got to come, people got to go. Preacher was just talking about how people got to die in order for somebody else to come in. And that's what things have to happen, but I appreciate it. I definitely won't hold us any longer. Did we get all the money? Did we get all the funds? We got to check. Come on, Val. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Right now, if you sold $1 more more, I can see it. I can see it. I can see, Val. I think you held back part. But you know what? When that Baraka was almost there, it was that dollar that held you back. But Darren, we'll take that in. We'll take it in. I don't think he want to take that, Val, but that's all good. All right, come on, y'all. Let's stand. Let's get around here. All right. That's right, man. You know, you got to tell people straight up, man, I'm going to use that. Old man told me, hey, I'm using that, brother. I'm like, man, you can use it. I'm telling you I'm going to use it. But when I go famous, just don't come back at me. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all good. Yoshi ain't here. Shakia ain't here. Shakia ain't here neither? Well, they went on vacation? Oh, okay. Well, Val, you got it, right?
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Y'all like that. Everybody sends their hob.
You got one cheerleader, boy. Make sure you hold on to that brother. But didn't somebody just have a birthday? We had Tim, then we had Dwight, and then who? Granville. Uriah birthday tomorrow? It was Monday. Meek's birthday? When? Oh, this weekend. I can tell you, I think, see, you know, when Yoshi come, she finna get on your head because we do a service in spans. I can tell you feeling good. I feel you. I feel you, brother. When they ain't here, man, go ahead and get it. Meek's on this weekend. Granville was on the pass. Boy, in the Bahamas, man, we gotta go check on that brother. Anybody else we missing? That's good. Meek's coming in town, and he gonna stay home. Oh, Granville birthday today. Guys, I don't know what's going on because I know we already told happy birthday to Granville weeks ago, a couple days ago. Yeah, that's right. G-Ville. All right, guys, don't worry about it. It's all good. We'll go up for Palau. Most High Kadash are, but we come to you through your being, Yahushua HaMashiach, saying how do for the simplest things in life, as far as our kai, as far as the breath that we breathe, as far as our regal, our legs that we walk, our own that we see, for the little things in life. We ask you say how do for all things that you have given in our charge. We say how do for everything that you have relinquished or have taken from us for the betterment of our salvation, of our Yasha. We ask you to be with all those that are here in attendance, either from our Yala, even to our oldest member. We ask you to continue to be with our minds, with our lives, with our everyday life, that we make the right decisions to be able to walk circumspect. Most of all, be able to understand that we only have this life for a temporary time, and that we be with you. And may it be in your Ruach, walking in the Ta'ud way. All these things we ask in your being, Yahushua HaMashiach, we palau. Let us all say, Amen. Come on, kids. Let's go. Ra coming. Don't worry about it. Thugs are us. We ain't thugs. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah? What's going on? Bobby's World. Hey, do y'all remember Bobby's World? Remember Bobby's World? Deuce. Oh, you on the mic? No, it's my mic. Nah. Are y'all ready? Even though Ra's still in there. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to go? Y'all ready to go? Y'all ready? We're gonna pass it. Y'all got it ready, all right? Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
All the little children, all the children are red and yellow, black and white. They are precious in the sight. Rock the little children, all the time.
Come home, come home. I love you. That's right. Leave.